Welcome to The Explainer, where we make complex topics, well, simple. Today, we're tackling cloud security. So what is it, really? And who's responsible for what? Let's dive in and find out. Okay. Welcome to The Explainer, where we make complex topics, well, simple. Today, we're tackling cloud security. So what is it, really? And who's responsible for what? Let's dive in and find out.
Okay, so to really get our heads around this, let's use a simple analogy. Imagine the cloud is this massive, super high-tech skyscraper, and somewhere inside, your business has its own office. This is where everything lives, all your data, your apps, your digital valuables, the whole shebang.
So what is cloud security, technically speaking? Well, it's pretty much everything you do to keep your little corner of that skyscraper safe. We're talking about the policies, the tech, the controls, all the stuff you put in place to protect your digital office from, anyone who shouldn't be there.
But wait a minute, if you're just renting an office in this huge shared building, who's responsible for what? And that question right there, it leads us to probably the single most important concept in all of cloud security.
It's called the shared responsibility model, and it works exactly like you think. The cloud provider, your AWS, your Google, they're the landlord. They handle security of the cloud. That means the physical building, the foundation, the power, the heavy lifting. But you're responsible for security in the cloud. Everything inside your own office. It's on you to lock the door, manage the key cards, and make sure the valuables in your safe stay safe.
Okay, so since you're the tenant, your number one job is to be the gatekeeper. You have to control who gets in. Let's break down how that actually works, because this is really where good security starts.
This whole process is called Identity and Access Management, or IAM for short. And it's really a two-step dance. Step one is authentication. That's just proving you are who you say you are, right? Your password, a key, whatever. But then comes step two, authorization. This is all about what you're allowed to do once you're inside. I mean, just because your key card gets you in the front door of the skyscraper, that doesn't mean you can just waltz into the CEO's office, right? And that perfectly illustrates this brilliant core security idea. The principle of least privilege. It sounds fancy, but it's super simple. If someone on your team only needs access to one single document to do their job, why on earth would you give them the keys to the entire company file system? You don't. You give them the minimum access they need, and absolutely nothing more.
All right, so you've got the doors locked down, you know who can get in and what they're allowed to touch. But what are they actually doing once they're inside? This is where you need your digital security cameras. And that brings us to logging and monitoring.
Now, it's super important to get the difference between these two. Think of logging, something like AWS CloudTrail, as the official written record book. It documents every single thing that happens, who did what and when. It's all there in black and white. But monitoring, like AWS CloudWatch, that's your live security feed. It's watching what's happening right now, looking for anything weird, ready to sound the alarm at a moment's notice.
So we've got gatekeepers at the doors and cameras in the hallways. Great. But what about the actual valuables? The crown jewels of your company, your data itself. That is where encryption comes into play. Just think of it like an unbreakable digital safe. It takes your data and scrambles it into a secret code. It's totally unreadable, completely useless to anyone who doesn't have the special key. And the best part, it protects your data everywhere, whether it's just at rest, sitting in that safe, or in transit while you're sending it to someone else.
Okay, so each of these pieces is powerful on its own. But the real magic, the real power of cloud security is how they all work together, how they connect to build this intelligent, automated fortress.
Let's actually watch this play out. So, some user from somewhere you don't recognize tries to log in to a sensitive account, and they fail. Okay, no big deal, right? Happens all the time. We all mistype our passwords.
But then they try again, and a second later, again. Now, behind the scenes, your logging system, your CloudTrail, is quietly writing down every single one of these failed attempts. And your monitoring system, CloudWatch, is watching this happen in real time. It sees a pattern. 3 failed logins in less than 5 minutes. Now that's suspicious.
And because you're smart, you already set a rule. Hey, let me know if anyone fails to log in 3 times. So that pattern, it instantly triggers an alarm. No human needed. The system just saw the threat and raised the flag.
And boom, just like that, an automatic alert packed with all the details from the logs gets sent directly to your security team. The threat is spotted and flagged before the bad guy can even try a 4th time. That is an automated fortress in action.
So let's recap the key takeaways here. First, cloud security is a shared responsibility. You got to do your part. Second, identity management is your gatekeeper. It controls who gets in and what they can do. Third, logging is your record book, while monitoring is your live security feed. Fourth, encryption is the unbreakable safe for your data. And finally, when you put them all together, you get a powerful, automated defense.
And that really brings us to a final big picture thought. All the tools we need to build these incredible digital fortresses, they're right there at our fingertips, more accessible than ever. So the question isn't, can we be secure? It's, are we building fortresses, or are we accidentally building glass houses? Ultimately, the security of our digital world is more in our hands than ever before. Thanks for joining me for